Puma Future Laceless from the Tech Spec pack. Now today we're going to be doing a full play test and review of these on feet, in hand. What's going on, guys? Tom down here at Ultra Football, and we asked you to vote the other day on our story if you wanted to see a review of the Puma Ultra SL or the Puma Future Laceless, and this right here was the winner, the Puma Future Laceless from the Tech Spec pack. Now today we're going to be doing a full play test and review of these on feet, in hand, and we've got a little bit of a challenge at the end. I'm wearing a Dortmund jersey for a reason, but let's get into the video. First off, let's dive into some of the tech that is inside the Future Z Laceless, and there is a lot of technology inside these boots to make them perform at their absolute best. One of the most important features of a laceless boot, of course, is lockdown and responsiveness, and without the laces, you need something else to help you lock your foot into place. So the Puma Future Z uses their Fusion Fit X technology, which is this elastic band pretty much that wraps around the midfoot, locking it down into the boot, allowing no need for laces. And now to do this, they use their Evoknit Pro technology, which is the knitted construction and the sock-like feel that they use for also the comfort of their boot all around their tongue and collar region. It's a super comfortable and stretchy material that literally feels like a sock on foot. Now you balance this with the Gripcontrol Pro technology, which they have along the upper, allowing grip, touch and feel on the ball. It's almost sticky to the touch, and when you strike the ball, you do notice that extra little bit of grip from it. But then there's also the nano grip technology inside on their sock liner, which again is super important for making sure that your foot doesn't slide around inside the boot along with the lockdown. But I'm very excited to get these on feet and actually test them out, see if there is a difference between the laceless model and the lace model, see if I can notice a difference in the responsiveness. And Marco Reus, hence why I'm wearing the Dortmund shirt, he's been wearing the Futures without laces for at least the last 2 generations of the boot, possibly 3, so I'm going to owe these as a bit of a tribute to him, and for that reason we've got a Marco Reus themed challenge coming up where I put these boots to the test. Time to slide these boots on feet now, and if you know me, I'm normally pretty apprehensive when it comes to laceless football boots, and that's one of the reasons. They're always difficult to get on, but I way prefer to have the customability of tightening or loosening my laces, and it takes a lot to convince me if you're giving me a laceless football boot. But I am sort of looking forward to trying out the Futures, because like I've said, Marco Reus has been wearing them as a laceless boot for the longest time when they still had laces in them. So the style of the boot itself does lend itself towards being a laceless football boot. And I'll tell you what, when I put them on feet, straight out of the box, they feel pretty nice. They feel pretty comfortable, but I'm very excited to get a ball at my feet, kick it around, get a bit of a touch and feel on it. So boots on feet now. And like I said, out of the box, actually quite good. Just the first touch and feel on the ball. You can feel that Control Grip Pro technology doing its thing. You can generate spins on the ball itself. But the other thing I've noticed as well is I have relatively wide feet, and these boots are quite accommodating. The last is reasonably wide and they're quite comfortable. I did go half a size up from my usual size just to be safe with the laceless, but I probably could have squeezed in true to size even in the laceless. But this is enough juggling. Let's get into that Marco Reus challenge. Time to get into the Marco Reus challenge now, and it's going to be recreating one of his most recent goals against Bayern Munich, where he absolutely whips one right-footed into that top right-hand corner. So I'm going to be passing it against the wall, getting a rebound, and then wrapping around it with my weak foot, trying to hit that top right target. I'm going to give myself 3 attempts to do this. First attempt at this shot now, it's going to be difficult because I've got to work out how to create the space and the angle to approach this ball to whip it into that top corner. Oh, hey look, it's not a bad first attempt. I got a couple more to get better than that. Shot number 2 now, I want to get a little bit more power on this one. So I'm going to give myself a little bit more space so I can arrive at a bit more speed and we can whip it into that top bit. Third and final shot now, and honestly it's hats off to Marco Reus because this technique is not easy at all. Starting it outside the post and bringing it back in, especially when he had to do it past 2 defenders as well. Fair play to him, but it's the last shot, so I got to take that safety catch off, hit it properly, test out that Gripcontrol Pro technology to the full extent on the boots. Hopefully this nestles top bins. Oh, says a good strike, it's just too far inside the goal. Probably looked pretty similar to Marco Reus's, to be fair. But that's it for the kicking part of this video. It's now time to hear my final thoughts and a bit of a wrap up on the boots. Final thoughts and opinions on the Puma Future Z Laceless now. Bearing in mind that I am a very traditional guy, I way prefer having laces on my boots to be able to customize my fit and feel of them. So I'm already biased in that sense. But for me, this is possibly the best laceless boot on the market. And I don't say that lightly at all. I think comfort-wise for my wider foot shape, these are probably better for me than the Predators are. And that's a big statement. Okay, they don't have the grippy, the demon skin elements like the Predators do, but honestly, just for comfort for me and the softness of that upper, it's a bit more barefoot fit and feeling than the Predator, and I quite like it. And literally, you are wearing a sock. Without laces, it's a very clean striking zone. You do feel that Gripcontrol Pro doing a little bit on the upper, you get a bit more grip on the ball, and then that Fusion Fit X technology does lock your foot down onto the boot. The only slight thing for me that I've had on this 4G pitch is the studs are a tiny bit long, so I've had a tiny bit of underfoot, especially in the heel, a bit of pressure there. But apart from that, pleasantly surprised, and didn't expect to like a laceless boot this much. So if you're a fan of Puma and even the Puma Future Z, if you haven't tried them, haven't had them in hand before, they are a very good football boot. Again, one of those overlooked boots because people head straight to the Addies, straight to the Nikes. But if you're thinking maybe GT or you're thinking maybe Predator, then make sure you also have a look at the Future Zs because they're a classy boot, they've got classy players in them, like Reus. Neymar rocks them as well. So they are a good football boot, they're doing bits on the market, and I'm a fan. But that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.